Welcome to A Slice of Therapy. This podcast was created with Anchor. And if you've not heard of Anchor, let me explain. It's free. It's a really easy way to make a podcast. And it helps me because I can just do this every day directly into my phone, because there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. So if you fancy making a podcast too, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So everybody wants to know the secret to success. And so in this episode, I'm going to tell you what the secret to success is. And it's a really easy answer, actually. The secret to success is success itself. So if you want to know what the way to be successful is, in order to be successful, which sounds really strange, so I'll unpack that for you. If I rewind that slightly, what I really mean is that in order for you to be successful at something, you'll tend to have to kind of keep going at it. So I don't know, if you want to be successful at being clean, for instance, it's about getting washed every day, isn't it, rather than just the once. If you want to get successful at getting fit, it's about doing some exercise every day or every other day, rather than just the once. If you want to become successful in terms of, I don't know, some sort of work that you're choosing to do, or a project or whatever, or some sort of career goal, then it's about doing that thing over and over again. You know, maybe it's an artistic thing, and it's about doing that over and over again. And so if we rewind a little bit, the key to success is to keep on doing something more than once, you know, over and over again, repeatedly. And this is part of the reason, you know, why people say follow your passion, because at least if they guide you in that direction, then someone who's passionate about something will just keep on going because they love it. You know, they really enjoy doing it. And that's the real reason why they say follow your passion, because what they're trying to do is hack that keeping on at it sort of characteristic. The good news, though, is that you don't have to be passionate about something to keep on doing something. And the reason why I say that the key to success, the key to keeping on going, is actually to be successful, is because the thing that humans really like, is to feel as though we're winning at something. You know, we've got a big gaming culture now, haven't we, where lots of people spend their times playing games. And we've always played games as humans, but there's all this technology and games designers. And one of the things that is a big part of game design is to ensure that we actually get to win. Imagine starting a brand new game and it's the most impossible thing. How long would you stay with that? You need a win. You need a nice early win in order to move you forward, to progress. And us humans, we like that feeling of having won. We like that feeling of winning and being successful. And so the key to being successful in terms of like the bigger things like life or some sort of long-term goal that you might have, the key to success in that is to allow yourself to be successful here in this moment, to kind of design something that is going to give you that victory and that feeling of victory in this moment. So, as an example, for instance, if you want to change your eating habits, by choosing something really small that you will categorize as a victory, then you're much more likely to keep on doing that thing over and over again because it feels like you're winning. We could very easily give ourselves a mountain to climb every day, or even a hill to climb. And what would happen is that we'd start to feel like a failure. We set ourselves up to fail. We start to feel like a failure. We give up. But if we give ourselves something really, really easy, like something tiny, where the bar is set very, very low, we'll start ourselves in motion. We'll get that little victory, that little hit of victory. And we'll often find ourselves going beyond the tiny target that we set ourselves. And even if we don't, we find ourselves doing that same thing over and over again. And so we don't give up. We keep on winning, and we like winning. And so we carry on doing it. So, I don't know, someone wants to change their eating habits. Rather than going on this all-encompassing diet, we could just say, okay, I'm going to eat an apple before every meal. That's something I don't normally eat. I'm going to eat an apple before every meal. Now, that's a pretty easy victory, isn't it, to eat an apple? And if it's not an easy victory, then you could cut it down shorter. You could lower the bar even further. But that's just an example. You're not changing absolutely everything. You're just adding an apple. But adding that apple will make a difference. For one, you're eating more fruit. For two, you're filling the stomach with something else, because your stomach only actually holds so much. And so you're less likely to then finish your meal or to want dessert or whatever. So you're liable to, and there's studies on this, you're liable to eat overall much fewer calories just from having that apple before your dinner. And so by having these tiny targets, these things which make us feel successful, then we give ourselves a victory. And the impact of feeling good about the victory means that we'll do it again the next day. Because we liked feeling that. I'm going to have that apple again. Now, I've shared an example in my own life, during the lockdown. Like many of us, I got to that point where I realised, I wasn't really getting out of the house too much. And I thought, well, this isn't good. I want to get out. And yet it seemed quite a hill to climb, once I was in my little rut. And so what I said to myself is, 5 minutes. You can get out for 5 minutes. And so I got out for 5 minutes. Had I have set myself a target of, well, it's no good walking unless you've done 40 minutes worth or 20 minutes worth or whatever, I probably wouldn't have done it. But I set myself such a small target, it got me out the door. 5 minutes into the walk, I'd won. I felt good. Good for you, Al. You've done it. You've done your 5 minutes. And in fact, I didn't want to go back in. Once I was actually out there, I'm in a different place than being in here. And so I carried on walking. And now, what I notice, having done this for a few weeks, I've still got that target of just going out for 5 minutes. I've been going out every single day. Why? Because I like the feeling of winning. There's no other great reason for it. I really like the feeling of winning, and I want to do it again the next day. I want to keep up a winning streak. And after all, it's only 5 minutes. The truth of the matter is, though, that I've been walking for 2 hours a day, would you believe? Had you told me this a few weeks ago, I would never have believed it. But the way to be successful in terms of the big picture stuff is to get yourself feeling successful in the here and now, to set yourself up to win, not to fail, but to win, because we like winning. We like the feeling of winning to such an extent that we'll do it again. And to such an extent that we'll do it again and again and again and again. And when we keep on doing something, we're more likely to be successful. If we keep on going with the exercise, we're going to get fit. If we keep on going in terms of eating more fruit and veg, we're going to eat better. If we keep on going with, well, whatever it happens to be really, we're going to improve at that thing. And so the key to success in the big picture stuff is to set yourself up to win, to succeed in the here and now. And the way to do that is to set yourself really tiny goals. Tiny goals that don't have to increase as you hit them. They don't have to get harder and harder. They can stay tiny. This is what the research suggests, you see, that if we set ourselves a tiny goal and we hit it, we get that endorphin rush of feeling like a winner, and then we'll want to do it again. Now, you can carry on. Like me, I didn't return home after 5 minutes, even on the first day. I was in a different state then. I wasn't in the state of being in the house looking out the window, thinking, oh God, I'm going out there. I was in a state of being out of the house, having walked for 5 minutes and kind of enjoying it. And so I stayed out, and I stayed out on that first walk for about 20 minutes or so. And now here I am, and pretty much every day I'm doing 2 hours. I'm certainly never doing less than an hour, and sometimes I'm doing 2.5. And still my goal is just 5 minutes a day. So should I wake up tomorrow with no motivation whatsoever, all I have to do is walk 2.5 minutes down the street and then turn back again and do the other 2.5 minutes home. And I'll be a winner. And so it's a funny one, isn't it? That the key to being successful is to be successful. It feels kind of circular. But if you allow yourself to be successful, and of course you define what success means, and that's the joy of it. If you set yourself up to be successful in the here and now, you'll want to keep on doing that good thing. And it's the repetition that will actually get you to success. A lot of people mistakenly think that the way that you form a habit is you keep doing it for 21 days, 28 days. They bicker about how many days it is. Some people say it's about 40 days. And then the habit is set. And actually, they've got it the wrong way round. The thing that creates the habit is the feeling of being successful. And it's the feeling of being successful that ensures that we're able to carry on for 21, 28, 40 days. It's not doing that for 40 days that sets the habit. It's the victory that we give ourselves that allows us to keep on doing it for so many days. And it's that repetition of a good thing that makes us successful in the bigger picture. And so when viewed like that, success is easier than we think. And so the question for yourself really is, in terms of the thing that I want to achieve, what's the smallest thing that I could do on a regular basis, whether it be daily or whether it be something else, whereby I set myself a goal that I absolutely confidently know is so small that I'm going to win each time. Because if you do that, that victory will spur you on, and you'll want that feeling of victory again tomorrow and the day after and the day after. And it's in that repetition of victory that we become successful. And so if you like this idea, please share it with others so that they can get the benefit as well. You can subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. It's completely free. You can watch them as videos at psychotherapy.com. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one on these things, then my name's Alun Parry. Please do. You can find out more about me at liverpoolpsychotherapy.co.uk. So thanks for listening. I'll see you again tomorrow.